Start off by downloading AutoVisit. If you haven't done so already, you can find it at your Play Store or at the iOS store. We've downloaded in this case, so you go ahead and open it up. Whatever your agency name is, usually the agency will provide that for you. It may be the same or may be different than what the actual agency name is, but it's dependent on them. So you go ahead and put your username. If you are a provider, they will provide you your username and password. If you're a guardian, then your username will be your email address, and you'll actually get a link sent out to you to create your password. We're going to go ahead and clock in. And so the first thing we'll see on both Android and iOS is that it's going to ask us for our permissions. On iOS and Android alike, you both have to press this blue change permissions, but on Android it'll actually redirect you to your settings where you have to click app notifications, or change permission. You have to go to permissions and select your notifications or select your location, and then once you're back here, you'd be good to go. You can start clocking in. If you're not at the location, it'll be blue, and then once it turns green, that's when you're at the actual individual's location. So that's your clock in and out screen. This is your dashboard. It's going to tell you all your it's going to tell you about all your certifications, as well as any shifts that you worked that have yet to be signed off by the parents. So if you look over here, you can actually you see times you worked. These little red lines here indicate if you've worked habilitation. You need to do your each-round notes. And messaging here, not much to it yet. It does have the current time. Again, it'll have the individual's location as well as their phone number. And then also you'll find the clients. If you go up here to the top right, these three lines are, you can sign out, refresh if you need to, if there's some updating going on, or something was updated live. You can check the clients who you're assigned with. If you're having difficulties, or for whatever reason the parents are unable to sign, or something was down or whatever, you can always print out your time cards for whatever pay period you guys are running on. I'd recommend printing the full month, just for every month, just to make it simple. And we also have history, so it'll kind of tell you about your times you worked. Again, these numbers may or may not be accurate, so please contact your agency just so you can get an accurate reading. Our request visit change. So the request visit change, this is pretty much allowing you to edit a time that you worked. So let's say like today I worked at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I might say, well, I actually ended at 3, but if you're, and it'll go ahead and adjust that. And you might say, well, why? Well, because my phone was dead. And so it'll let you adjust those times there. Let's see where to put it. So, and that's only for the same day. Forgot clock in and out. This is a good feature. This is important. You must have your phone running for this, or have AutoVisit. So even if you forget to clock in and out, you can still select an individual and say, hey, again, you can't do it for any days prior, or it does depend on your agency. For this one in particular, for the same day, let's say you did forget to clock in or out, you can still go ahead and adjust your time. So I can say I worked from 3 p.m. To 4 p.m. with this individual, or 3 p.m. to 3:15. But I forgot to clock in and out, we'd say. And it'd be for little Johnny. And just for the sake of this, we'll say we did habilitation. If you are working with one person, it's habilitation 1. And before you can exit out, you have to do your each-round notes, or your habilitation notes, which are the goals in mind for habilitation. So you'd click those, save, okay. And then it's going to say, what's the reason that you're making this claim or this exception? Why didn't you clock in? And it might be you forgot, the phone was dead, or there was something else going on. You hit finish, and there you go. So now you'll see that time is updated for today. And if you, for whatever reason, need to modify it, you can always just go back in there and then readjust it. But again, at the end of the day, you do need Guardian approval just so you can get paid off, so it is important.